even further beyond!
Yeah, my name is Zakashi, and in this video, you see the title of the video, I'm going to be explaining why 6 stars is the most important limit break that you can get as a free-to-play player. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. Hopefully this video will help you out in the future so you can build a better team. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button on this grind to 15k. All my socials on the left. This is the YouTube channel, but we got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. But yeah, I don't want to hold you guys up any longer. Let's actually get into this video now. So I'm going to split up this video into 3 parts. The first part is just going to be talking about the ZPower increment. So that's how much ZPower it takes for every limit break. The second part, I'm actually going to explain how Z abilities are so important for you. And in the third part, I'm going to talk about buffing your team in the best way that you actually can. So yeah, I don't want to hold you guys up any longer beyond the intro and just explaining what this video is gonna progress in the way this video is gonna progress. Let's actually get into the video now. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the actual ZPower increment, like I said. So I'm going to be using the Sign of Ultra Instinct banner just as an example, but it doesn't really matter what banner I use, they all explain the same thing pretty much. So if you go to ZPower list here, you actually get the explanation of how the actual limit break system works and what you get for every limit break, and this applies to literally every single character. So you can see you acquire the character at 100 ZPower. However, if you pull a Sparking, you're gonna get 600 ZPower. So you'd actually skip the acquired acquired character, which is 0 star. You'd skip the 1 star and you go immediately to 2 star because you're under 700 ZPower for the 3 star, but it only takes 100 ZPower to go up. That 100 ZPower is probably the cheapest increment that you can get. From 2 star to 3 star, you'd probably get extra Z ability as well. I mean, you do get a Z ability upgrade, but I'm talking about it would actually buff somebody else. Some cases it doesn't, some cases it does. For example, let's take Trunks Rage. He might buff Hybrid Saiyans at the start at 2 stars, but if you get him to 3 stars, he'll then begin to buff Future as well. That's the type of thing I'm talking about. That's what you get for the extra 100 ZPower increment, because every Sparking pool is 600 ZPower. Then from 4 star, you're gonna need from 600 ZPower. Let's say you just got another 600 ZPower. You'd be at 1,200, and you'd be 200 down from 4 star. But you can see the difference between the increments going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all the way to 6. They're not that lengthy. So let's just start at 0, 100. You only go up 100 to get to 1 star. Trying to get to 2 star, you only go up 200. Trying to get to 300, that's only 300. Trying to get to 4 star from 3 star, that's only 700 extra. So that's level at 1 pool and 100 ZPower. From 4 star to 5 star, that's 500 ZPower. And then from 5 star to 6 star, that's another 500. And from there, it just begins to get way more expensive. So if we go from 6 star to 7 star, it costs 600 ZPower. 7 star to 8 star or plus 1 star, it's 1,000, and it keeps going 1,000 all the way till you get to 7+ star. But that's how the ZPower increments work. And you can see that the lower star you have, pretty much up to 6 star, is where it gets cheap. 7 star, it is still kind of cheap, but it does go from 500 to spending 600, getting 600 ZPower to get that extra 7 star increment. For the stat buffs, I don't necessarily feel it's worth it, because you can grab those from equipment and whatnot. But if everybody on your team is 6 star getting that Z ability upgrade, that's how you'd maximize their potential. So now I'm actually going to get into talking about Z abilities. So I'm going to use this fusion team for my example, because I actually got Vegito Blue at 6 star, and they're one of my favorite teams, and they just tend to have the best ability bonus for me. So you can see on this team, I've got Vegito, Kefla, Vegito, Gogeta, Vegito. That's how I got it. I'm going to use Vegito Blue because he's probably my best example. Vegito Blue, he's the first character in the game to actually triple buff like a team. So you can triple buff 3 teams. He buffs Fusion Warriors, God Key, and Future. It's not and, so when I'm saying triple buff, I'm not saying that if somebody has all 3 of those tags, they will get the buff times 3. No, he can just fit on 3 different teams and buff those teams, which is pretty good. So he has a lot of variety for him, and he actually gets one of those tags at 6 stars. So he doesn't buff Future, I believe, until 6 stars, which is actually another team that you can run him on. He does get the buff from Future because he does have the Future tag. However, he doesn't buff them because of his Z ability. Z abilities are really important in forming a team that has a lot of synergy. If your team doesn't have synergy, then you're not going to get the buffs around your team very well. So if you go to details here, you can see that everybody's getting a buff from everybody, and that's what you should aim to do when building a team. That way you can actually reach the peak of your team. So if you're not buffing everybody, you're going to be thinking, why is my team not strong like somebody else's when we've pretty much got the same characters? It's because their team formation is probably built way better than yours, because they've probably got more stars, or their synergy is just way better. They got characters that are actually buffing everybody. So you can see everybody should be receiving 6 buffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. We got Kepler here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. We got Super Vegito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The yellow Vegito here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This Gogeta here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the red base Vegito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he also gets a Zenkai buff from the red Gogeta, which is even better. But I don't really run him, but that's just to say. So you can see that way I got my Z ability bonus high as hell, and then pretty much you're sorted. That way you're going to be doing a lot of damage, way more damage than you would have been doing before. And then on top of that, you can obviously stack the equipments, and that's why I'm pretty much blowing out the park. Any star above 6 stars. More time, people don't even have stars above 6 stars unless you're a whale, and getting them at 6 stars can sometimes be difficult, but for the most part, especially now with multi ZPower, it's really easy. Like, it's really easy. So if we go into like the exchange shops and whatnot, I'm gonna head to the exchange shop so you guys can see. In this sparking medal shop, you can do missions literally every single day to get one of these medals, and on the weekend you can get 2 from the summoning tab, where you actually do the 100 chrono summon to get a sparking medal and a potential sparking. So you can literally build up these and then buy these, so you can actually add them to your sparkings to easily get them to 6 stars. Like I showed you the increment, how much you need to increase to actually get the next limit break is not that much until you get to about 7 stars. This is cancelling out the need for Zenkais, because obviously if you have a Zenkai character, 7 stars is going to be way more important, but there's not more Zenkai characters than normal characters. If we go to the dual coin shop, I've bought out the shop because ZPower is really important to me, but there's going to be a multi ZPower 100, but it can only be used on 4-star or higher. It's actually better than this one because obviously the ZPower that you're adding onto your unit is much higher. However, this one can be used at any limit break, so you can use this one at, I don't know, 2 stars for example. We also have the dual coin shop, which is another source for you to actually not the dual coin shop, the guild medal shop, sorry, which is another source for you to actually get multi ZPower for you to actually ascend your characters to 6 stars. But yeah, it's just mostly about buffing your team the best way that you can. The fusion team is my best example. We can take this team, which is another example of me actually just grinding everybody so that I could actually get them to 6 stars to make them reach the maximum potential. You do get some stat buffs before 6 stars, but at 6 stars, that's the real deal. Like, that's where you get the highest for a free-to-play player. You're not going to get characters higher than that. Not even whales get certain characters higher than 6 stars, so it really do be like that. If we take this Cell, I only had him 2 stars. I multi-Z-powered him to 6. Trunks Rage, in the anniversary, I only pulled him to 2 stars. I multi-Z-powered him to 6, but I ended up pulling an extra copy of him. This Vegeta here, only got him to 2 stars. I ended up multi-Z-powering him to 6, and I pulled more copies of him. Zamasu, I had to like 4 stars, multi-Z-powered to 5, and I pulled way more copies of him. And this Goku Black here, only had him 2 stars on a discount, multi-Z-powered him to 6, so I could build this nice future team. On 2-star level, they might still be good, but you might just get blown out the water way easier because you're not receiving buffs from everybody. You can see that this Vegeta Blue, I'm going to use him again because he's a really good example. You can see that the percentage stat that he's getting is really high, 28%, and he's swinging it around to everybody, like literally, because they're all future tag characters. Another good one, this base Vegeta here, he's a free-to-play character, so you can actually really look at his Z ability nice and neat. He's at 40% to Fusion Warrior, and he gives a specific buff to Vegito as well, which is really nice. But yeah, that's all I pretty much got to say, man. I feel like this is the best explanation for you guys to actually go ahead and decide what team you want to build and get them to 6 stars. everybody here would be actually fine at 6 stars. Before Ultra Instinct came out, I had Kefla only at 6 stars, I believe, something around that. Gogeta I had at 4 stars, but obviously the packs came out. Vegito I had 6 stars, but I pulled him recently at Ultra Space Time Rush Banner. And this yellow Vegeta I only pulled him once, but I'm more Z-powered him to 6 because that Z ability is that important. But yeah, guys, pretty much hopefully this video was actually informational. I feel like this is a video that's really helpful. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button on this grind to 15k. All my socials on the left. This is the YouTube channel, but we got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. I've recorded this like 3 times because I wanted to get it right and not just waffle along and actually explain about the Z-Power increments and whatnot, so you can actually use your resources and try to grab characters in the best way. But yeah, I'm longing out this video now. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Please, lend me your energy!